Welcome back to the 2019 MRDA North American Qualifier. It is Game 3 of Day 2 here in Rome, New York. I'm Champ Unkind.
I'm Chloroform Cupcake.
And we have Mohawk Valley Roller Derby, the host league, taking on the Philadelphia Hooligans, who you just saw a couple games ago, beating Toronto. Mohawk Valley comes in 1-1 so far in the tournament. So both these teams now at 1-1, and the winner will go on to play in a qualifier game. The loser will not.
Will not.
Will not.
It'll be eliminated, but they will. The person that does win, the team that wins, will face Austin in Game 11 this evening at 5.
Which could potentially be a rematch for Philly, as they lost to them in that first game. So maybe another opportunity here to come back and have a return to champs. They were, them and Denver were the two winners last year.
Yep.
Denver lost last night. They will be playing They'll be playing next, I believe, against Race City.
Yeah.
So we do still have a lot going on. And real quick, Cakes, why don't you tell us who's playing for Mohawk Valley?
I will do that. They'll be skating in white for Mohawk Valley. We have 0101 Deb Crush, number 10 Chapin, number 1013 El Majestic, 11-16 Julio, number 12-13 Brutal, number 16-18 Rufio, 202 Defunk, 315 D Shears, number 33 Unwired, number 35 B Shears, number 43 Chapin, 48 Oxenfree, 5 Publix, number 603 House Tar, number 96 Stever, and they are coached by Gutshots, Smitten Kitten, Slay West, and Stinkus.
And really quick for Philly, number 109 Cilantro, number 11 Numchuck, number 2 D Morgan, number 23 Benito, number 2469 Timmy Twitch, number 25 Uncle Dad, number 255 Crash Kramer, number 40 Duke of Hearts, number 58 Schuler, number 6 Bruja, number 666 Soul Samurai, number 703 Smash Ketchum, number 899 General Sofine, and number 90 Betty Switch. And on the jam line first, we've got Defunk and Uncle Dad.
That was 12 seconds. That was, you were
yes,
being timed.
I was watching the clock. That is a new Champ Unkind record, and I will never hopefully need to break that. So Uncle Dad at the front of the pack, Defunk at the back. Uncle Dad looking for room. The Hooligans will be without Grasso during this game. He did suffer an injury during the last one.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So,
safe wishes in your recovery.
Yeah, and these two teams did play earlier this year at April Anks. Philly did win 175-63. Defunk getting past the last blocker, but Schuler there and Betty Switch both there to kind of reabsorb back into the pack, but not enough.
Right. So lead jammer is declared, and that's Defunk. Uncle Dad not too far behind.
No.
We do have an injury called, so we'll give that time for the medics to assess.
Yeah, that is Schuler who is down.
I didn't see what happened at that time, but nonetheless, we'll have the medics look and make sure that he is safe. I want to let you know a little bit more about our officials this game. Thistle Be Painful, Apex Predator, Veronica Scars, Pam DeBear, Toxic Narcotic, Dragon Harass, Bobtimus Prime, Mama Menace, TBD, Maya Culprit. We also have Doesn't Matter, Kylo Ref, Wife O, Pathetic Signal, Pete in the Pool, Innis, Flowblock, Organic Panic, and Synapsing. Very cool names.
Yes.
I like that.
I believe it's Wife-opathic Signal.
Well,
yes.
Thank you.
It's only because I know her husband.
Ah.
And have met her.
Wife-opathic.
Yes. And he's Mycopathic Chiller.
I love it.
Yes. So
Wifo is the name on the back. Yeah.
Yes.
So Wifo actually has been a fantastic ref all weekend long.
And we appreciate everybody.
Yeah, we do.
And if any other names at any point were mispronounced, I'm sorry I didn't correct, because that is just one that I kind of know.
Yeah.
And we want to give the respect and love to all of our officials and all of our all of our medics, everyone here, the skaters, everyone. Just not the announcers.
Team announcer needs to settle down.
Yeah, you can mispronounce my name, however.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be difficult to do it, but if you can, congratulations.
And speaking of announcers, we also have Rich Mahogany by our side, guiding us, holding our hands, making sure that we know some stats and whatever.
And of course, to my left, none of this would be possible without Nerd Derby and Chad. So we've got Numchuck and House Star putting on the stars. I believe House Star used to play for New York Shock Exchange, in which case they would be former teammates, because so did Chuckles.
Aw, Chuckles.
And this is Chuckles' first year on the Hooligans. We see House Star getting through. The second lead jammer for Mohawk Valley. As Chuckle spins around, able to stay in bounds.
Yeah, Peck's starting to pick up a little bit of speed. They're entering the second straightaway, now turning around the bend of corner number 4, and Hooligans trying to maintain that front wall.
Yeah, and they really had to do that based on the pack position. Philly in front, needing to speed up, does limit the jammer to only 1 point. So it is 1-0 after 2 jams. Quadfather's on top.
I just realized it's a pattern in the pants right now. We have Rich
Yes.
Mahogany and Champ Unkind. I got to work on my skills here.
You need an Anchorman reference in your name.
Mm-hmm.
My apartment smells of Rich Mahogany, and he's never even been there. It is Julio, the jammer formerly known as Fat Jammer. That used to be his former name. So if you hear people cheering that, it's not an insult. It is his former name. He gets a little kick out of it still. Going up against Uncle Dad with the star for the second time.
D-Morg, nice recycle of Julio.
He has a cheer. Julio has a cheer. It's like it's Fat Jammer, but to the Red Robin tune, like Fat Jammer.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's creative.
Yeah, and he's such a nice guy. He has fun with it. So Julio at the front of the pack going up against Timmy Twitch. That'd be General SoFine and Benito. But Uncle Dad through, and Philly has their first lead jammer, but there's Julio right on his tail. Oh, some I don't know if that was intentional defensive jamming by Uncle Dad or just, science, but did slow Julio down a little.
A little bit of momentum there. Uncle Dad chattering away on the skates. He's going to go around to the lane number 4, try to swivel around the defense of Mohawk Valley. Mohawk Valley is skating in white, Philadelphia Hooligans in black if you're just joining us.
Same jerseys they just wore 2 games ago,
Yep.
and I'm sure it smells wonderful out there.
Yeah.
It is 3-1. We have our first lead change, so take your drink of water and remember to stay hydrated. It is Poblex and Duke of Hearts with the stars. Nobody currently occupying the penalty box.
Currently.
But this is MRDA roller derby, so don't hold your breath for that one to last long.
And you might have
or is this roller derby in general?
We're going to get a track cut now on Duke of Hearts. So Poblex, only jammer on the track for Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, you can blame that one on me. That was the curse of the announcers right there.
Thanks a lot, Champ.
Sorry. I really do have to apologize to the Hooligans for that one.
Yeah.
Poblex gets pushed to the inside by Soulless Samurai. Going to have to recycle. That now getting back. That was also D-Morg with the assist. Coming back in there. Moving to the inside now. Up that line and up the straightaway for 4 points. Mohawk Valley lead change. Drink your water.
Drink your water. Mohawk Valley playing Chicago last night. Mohawk Valley, obviously our hosts, gracious hosts. But wow, I do not envy anybody that has to play them. They hit so hard.
I really don't envy anyone that has to play Chicago. I mean, we haven't done measurements, but I'm pretty sure they are definitely by height the tallest team here. And wow, they've done a great job.
Well, yeah, I mean this entire North American qualifier has had fantastic teams. This will be one to watch over again for footage.
It's the Funk with the star for Mohawk Valley. Duke of Hearts out of the box, but DeFunk out of the pack. Lead jammer, Mohawk Valley. Ali's got one to beat. It's unwired. They're able to stop him. It looks like a no pass, no penalty, and it's just going to get called. 1 point, Mohawk Valley.
Wow, that was exciting. If you're just tuning in, this will be the game to watch for a lot of maybe, like, I want to say for football reference turnovers as far as momentum is concerned. But these two teams, very exciting, very physical players. So
and very familiar with each other.
Yeah.
They know each other. They played earlier. They played last year here. Philly did beat them I believe they beat them at Mohawk Valley Cup last year, as well as playoffs, 320 to 103 in playoffs last year. But this is a very different Philly team. They had a lot of retirements. They have some skaters that came up from the shenanigans. So as we've seen this year, this is a different Philadelphia Hooligans than we've seen in the past few years. Haustar looking for room at the front of the pack, and one to beat. That was General SoFine, and Haustar is lead jammer. I don't know.
That was a shimmy.
That was a shimmy. That was a shimmy.
Shimmy in turn 3 by Haustar.
I think he forgot the camera was on the other side.
A little contact situation here for Uncle Dad. Uncle Dad having a huge hit to like the chest area on a fall in the infield, and then recycled, getting back up. Unfortunately, just picking up a penalty on the way out.
Let's be honest, Uncle Dad is about 60% chest area, so he's just a very tall guy. So 4 points for Haustar.
Forearm called on 58. That'll be Schuler.
And good to see him back out there
so
after he took that hit in the first jam.
Yeah.
Not good to see him go to the box, but good to see him back out there skating. That's always good.
Welcome back. Here's the box.
Yeah, and especially for Philly, somebody like Schuler, he is very important to that team. He is a leader. He was the captain last year. He is someone that they look to, and he's that one blocker where you might be out of the pack, but he can chase you down and give you a surprise.
Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for joining us on the twitch.tv /Nerd Derby. Thank you for joining us live. This is a fantastic feed that we have here. Make sure you subscribe to the feed. So much more to be had this weekend.
It is Pulio jamming, and yes, Outbreak Mego. I appreciate your name, Outbreak Mego, because I actually know who you are thanks to your name because it's your derby name.
Yeah.
But yes, you can start cheering. It is the skater formerly known as Fat Jammer, our friend Pulio, who is lead jammer for Philly. Uncle Dad is out of the box, into the pack. Now looking for room. Up the middle to the outside. B. Shears with a good hit. One of my favorite things to watch about B. Shears is he's one of those guys that loves hitting.
Yeah.
And you can see him just getting happier and happier as jammers try to get past him more.
He does it effectively, too.
No,
you
he
can't
does.
Sometimes people just hit and then just goes wild, but he's very controlled in it, and I think that's why he's exciting to watch.
We have a star pass from Uncle Dad to General SoFine, and Uncle Dad's going to be heading in the box, but General SoFine did legally get the star, so he is the jammer. Pulio sees him coming, calls it off. A hit there.
I don't know if it was as much as a hit as it was a collision.
Yeah, on Soulless Samurai, but he does get back up.
Yeah. It was a tough one, especially if you're going for those quick maneuvers and not being able to see the whole 360 area around you.
And they are skating a couple of skaters down due to some injuries in the previous game against Toronto. So, they are skating. And, again, they just played, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
So,
starting off strong.
The fatigue factor has to play something like a factor would, like they usually do.
Official timeout. Like to mention a shout out in the chat box. Make sure you're joining us. You can totally join in our conversation. Jezebel in Hell says, let's go MVRD. Jezebel in Hell, one of the medics this weekend earlier.
I was going to say, why would they be watching if they're sitting right next to us?
And it was early.
We appreciate the viewership, but, we're not trying to pad the numbers here.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. 6
out of 7 leads were for the Quad Fathers. And the last 4 jams, lead jammer was awarded to the Quad Fathers, while the Hooligans had no score.
Yes.
So definite huge momentum shift here.
So it is an official timeout. It is not an official review, just an official timeout. It looks like Numchuck will have the star for Philly. Oh, you're stuck at work in Albany.
Aww.
Well, that makes way more sense.
Yeah,
to why you'd be watching on here.
I was like, ah.
And Chad just clicked 8 buttons, and the viewership just quadrupled. I don't know. I don't know if that's legal, but congratulations.
The clock will stop at 21:57 in the first half. Quad Fathers at 14 points. Hooligans at 3.
I don't know if you can see it, but I do love Philly's coaches, Blair
they
and Boner.
Are rocking it out of this park.
They are dads.
They're
dads.
That's
their
dad's on vacation this entire weekend.
Absolutely.
I like the earlier outfit. I definitely want to get a romper that looks like that.
Well, Blair is honoring Champ Unkind with a bow tie. I've decided to retire it for the weekend, mainly due to issues that I can't wear it at the moment.
That's why I didn't recognize you earlier.
No, people are like, oh, you're a Champ. I'm like, I'm up here. I have a face. I actually have a face to recognize as well.
It's so hard.
Not just a bow tie.
No.
The sound actually comes out of my mouth, not the bow tie. It's a little.
Oh, yeah, I see.
A little above the neck.
Bow tie is still bow tie game strong with Rich Mahogany.
Yes, wood. And if I need luck, I just knock on Rich Mahogany's bow tie. It's weird, but it's okay.
Yeah, you have consent.
I have consent. It's all cool. Yeah, I wouldn't just go up to someone and knock on their bow tie like, excuse me. No. I'm not saying that on a live stream.
Are you getting a?
And Timmy Twitch is. I don't know what he's doing. It's an interesting strategy. He looks to be speaking to Chad, of all people. I don't know. I don't know if they've met, but or is that Cakes? Oh, that's me. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
I may or may not. He may or may not run a bed and breakfast that I stay at whenever I go to Philly. And by bed and breakfast, I mean an air mattress.
Oh.
Well, I appreciate it. So, and we usually just watch Letterkenny the whole time, when we're not doing derby stuff.
Babular is asking, are we sure about the bow tie? I thought the bow tie had a speaker in it.
Listen, Keith. I know you tried that.
First of all.
Anyways, back to the action. It is Poblex and Numchuck. Poblex looking for room, getting past the Philly pack, and will not. No, it is Chuckles that is lead jammer, but Poblex is in front and forces Chuckles to call it off. So 0-0 on the jam. Score remains 14-3, about 21.5 remaining in the first half.
Woo! That went by fast.
I think Poblex is going to stay out there.
Yeah.
Poblex is like, I did not get points. He's contractually obligated to get points before he goes back to the bench.
Which is going to be interesting. I wonder if they're going to switch up the jammer rotation then for Philly. We're just seeing 40 come out.
Well, again, they really kind of stuck to a 2-jammer rotation at the end of the last game, but unfortunately Grasso is hurt right now, so they need to expand it a little bit. We see Juke of Hearts now jamming for Philly, and that is number 5 of I'm sorry, that's Poblex again, who gets in the pack, quickly calls it off, but doesn't get any points. Let's see if he goes for 3 jams now.
Well, this is like a scary moment there. It was like a huge hit. He
got low, yeah.
He got really low to Bishirs, but Bishirs and them did a little nice high five. Everything's good.
Yeah.
I love that camaraderie.
Again, one of the nice things is that these players do know each other. They are familiar, and there's generally a good attitude on the track, even when it gets close. Right now, like it is now.
Official timeout for track maintenance.
Yeah, so they're going to officially repair the track officially. Don't forget, coming up next, we have Race City taking on Denver. Race City just beat Lane County. This is a double elimination, so unfortunately Lane County will go home, as well as Toronto, who lost the first game today. But, of course, we appreciate them participating. And that first game today was, wow, that was a doozy of a game.
Oh, wow, so many lead changes.
Coming right down the line, Philly just squeaking by, getting past Toronto.
Loved it.
I think that win will be big for Philly, especially considering how many new skaters they have on the team this year, or replacements. The people that have come in and filled in, and this is a learning year for them, and it's a good thing to get back to playoffs. You get that extra experience, you get that experience against another level, so it's a good thing, and we'll see how they come back in 2019. And maybe they win this, maybe they win their next game, and they surprise the world and go back to champs. We don't know. We'll find out. That's why you play the game. It is Defunk. It is Numchuck. And it is a jam that is back on.
At full strength, nonetheless.
At full strength. Unwired with a great hit on Numchuck, sending him out of bounds. Now reforming back into the pack. Defunk at the front, going up against a 3-wall with Schuler kind of playing on the side. Whereas a Brutal doing the same for Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, these two packs, I guess the main pack, these two walls, stretching out now from the straightaway into turn number 1, starting to elongate almost to the very precipice of turn 2, and the crowd is getting loud.
Chuckle still looking for room as Defunk is sent back to the pivot line.
Dub Bears. Oh, I don't know where that came from. I'm so sorry.
Maybe you should play for Chicago, because that would be. I'm not trying to encourage a transfer, but for just that reason. That's it. That's it. That's the only reason. So, at the front of the pack, it's Betty Switch and Schuler trying to hold off Defunk. Getting some help from Unwired. Now one-on-one. So that's a very widespread pack going from turn to turn across the track. And it is Defunk with a minute and 23 seconds off the clock, getting lead jammer from Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, in the chat box, we're seeing tons of praise for these defensive walls. And yeah, you're right. When 120 seconds come off that clock, you're like, wow, that is just great defense. And we always say Derby is made of defense,
yes,
especially when you're in a double elimination bracket.
I haven't seen a wall that great since
China?
China, yeah, that's where I was going with it. But I couldn't think of, I couldn't remember why they built the Great Wall of China. I'm forgetting my history lesson, so I'm just not going to.
Shame him.
I'm just going to say a country where there's a Great Wall. That's the end of the jam. 3 points to Funk, and 3 points in the entire jam. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of work for 3 points, but hey, those 3 points, when you have a game like this, could come in the end to be perhaps the differential. You never know.
Yeah, and Unwired going to the penalty box for a multiplayer, so Mohawk Valley will be down a skater, so pack advantage for Hooligans.
So Housestar and Uncle Dad will have started. Like you just said, the Hooligans are at full strength out there. I see Smash Ketchum, Timmy Twitch, General Sofine, and Soulless Samurai.
Ooh, right on the lane. Number 4, wide open spaces for House Star.
Yeah, House Star, the great move there. Now getting lead. Uncle Dad's still in the pack, and it looks like may have a penalty. I see
high block.
A high block, yes. So now Power Jam for Mohawk Valley. And 4 points, Mohawk Valley, just as Uncle Dad takes a seat in the box.
Yeah, thanks to Rich Mahogany for making us sound super smart, letting us know what those calls are from afar. We're going to get 2 penalty count on that one, so full minute in the box.
Yeah, so, and there's another 4 points on the board, all the way up to 25. Ever since Philly took that 3-1 lead, it's been 24 unanswered by Mohawk Valley. Now looking to add more to that. House Star says, I only want 3. That's all I need. And that's it.
Wow, this is the first multi-pass jam, and the Quad Fathers are the one to hold that record right now at 11 points. They shut out the Hooligans to 0. So Hooligans haven't scored actually since jam number 3. So they sat at 3 for 3. Quad Fathers now at 28, Hooligans at 3, 16:48 on the game clock.
Yeah, we're already moving into the 12th jam of the first half with Julio putting on the start. You know, it's like they do the fat jammer cheer, but
yeah.
I grew up in Cleveland where we had Julio Franco on the Indians for a couple years,
yeah.
and they did the Julio. So
that's
like
what I hear.
So I always think of that when I see his name.
Sports.
Uncle Dad out of the box, out of the pack, and we have a lead jammer for Philly. Now looking to pick up some points, like you said, since that 3rd jam. Julio star in hand, looking for room, but good block by Betty Switch, sending him back. And Uncle Dad gets another 4 for Philly, the first 4 since that 3rd jam.
Yeah, so this is a nice offensive maneuver here from Philly. Starting to see a little bit of movement on that front. And the Quad Fathers are bridging out into turn number 2, allowing room for Julio to get out.
Julio, the great move to get out there. I mean, that was not easy. That Philly defense was totally locked down.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Dad going to pick up another 4 before calling it off. So that brings it up to 8 points now, 28-11. Philly with their highest scoring jam of the game, 8. Still very early, though.
Yeah, so that's the second multi-pass jam.
Multi-pass.
It's like multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
It's like they heard us or something, so.
It's like Lilu, or there's like, what's her name? Lilu Dallas is standing there.
Yeah.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass. And it's orange, too, just like her
Yes,
hair.
yes.
Oh, my gosh,
absolutely.
there's so many references.
Right you are, Cakes. It is Duke of Hearts and Poblex with the stars. Looks like one blocker that is unwired in the penalty box for Mohawk Valley. So 4 3-pack advantage in favor of Philadelphia. Of course, we love that Philly cheering section.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. And it is Duke of Hearts lead jammer, thanks to Poblex getting pushed to the inside by Timmy Twitch, who has arguably the best hair in Derby.
We're getting multiple whistles being had here. We're getting a track cut now on Duke of Hearts. They'll go the full 2-minute distance. Poblex, the only jammer on the track.
And Poblex is picked up lead? Okay, sure. All right. So, no, maybe not. Okay, maybe whatever. I don't make those decisions.
Yeah.
Pete in the pool. Points in, that's what matters.
Nice work by Timmy Twitch, and then again with Switch at that front.
Twitch and Switch.
It's a game plan if it's not already.
If they can meet a friend of mine from Dayton, they would have Glitch out there as well.
Oh, my gosh.
Twitch, Switch, and Glitch. And
I feel like
maybe somebody named Mitch. Why not?
I feel like it's a Disney sort of reference at that point.
If Disney made up Paxton Roller Derby, they'd probably all rhyme like that. Or not. I don't know. Probably all
right.
Or I don't know. So, anyways, that is a 4-0 jam now, 32-11. 32-11, under 14 minutes remaining in the first half.
I wonder if this trend will continue of seeing lower scores all day, because now we're playing those tighter games.
Everybody's a little more tired, too. You don't have, I mean, you might have the energy to do it. Denver, I mean, in the next game, they haven't skated since yesterday. So, big, giant hit. I believe that was Fuerza Brutal, who lived up to the name.
Yeah.
As Duke of Hearts out of the box, out of the pack, and his lead jammer, just like Uncle Dad did a few jams ago.
Fuerza Brutal, you can actually see on the MRDA Instagram, working some behind-the-scenes camera work.
Absolutely. And there is Da Funk with Da Pass, and 4 points picked up by Da Duke of Hearts.
The Duke of Hearts.
The jam.
Ebola asking for Polio to do a belly slap. Wish we could let him know, but we are on the stream.
Yeah, he can't hear us, unfortunately.
We can like try to send our energies that way.
Maybe we could put a headset in there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you just brought it up.
I just started like 3 dumpster fires in Derby Hell.
Oh my gosh. How dare you? You of all people.
Oops, I've never done that.
With great power comes great responsibility, champ.
Whoops.
Get it together.
It is House Star and Cilantro putting on the star for the first time. Cilantro, great footwork on the outside. And they're going to call it a track cut.
Wow, unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah, he spinned around, but they saw something tap out of bounds, and he gets a track cut. So House Star now moving outside and then inside picks up 4 points for Mohawk Valley.
Rufio doing a fantastic job here, slowing down number 666 on Soulless Samurai. So doing a good job holding that inside lane. Excuse me, Rough O. Apparently vowels like to sneak into my reading.
Rufo is, I've watched Peter Pan way too much as well, so it's like a natural instinct to go. But it is Rufo, and we apologize for that. So it is Poblex with the star now for Mohawk Valley.
Oh, wow. And those jammer penalties are really starting to kick in here. They've been being iced in that penalty box for jammers for the Hooligans. So this is probably going to be the biggest factor right now score-wise.
Cilantro exits the penalty spice rack and is back out there on the track. And, there's a Brutal with a hit. And everybody does a barrel roll. Somebody pressed ZR twice.
The pack extending in the back for the Quadfathers, trying to accept Cilantro. They don't want to mix it into the salad of the pack. Lead jammer is declared, though. Cilantro prevailing.
Yeah, everything just kind of fell down in the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Moses parting the Red Sea or something, and Cilantro just goes right through up the middle.
Forearm is going to be called here on number 315.
4 points on the board, Philly. Those are Cilantro's first 4 points. As Poblex completes the initial pass, Uncle Dad will be heading to the penalty box. Looks like Uncle Dad was wearing the pivot stripe in an attempt that maybe they were going to, maybe Cilantro would have passed the star on the inbound, but instead Cilantro kept it. He picks up another 4. 8 points on the jam, now 39-23, about 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
So Rich Mahogany showcasing a trend that I find very interesting. It turns out that the Hooligans, even if the jammer had been iced in the box, once they get out of the box in the new jam, they end up getting lead from the box. So I think that's pretty interesting. It's a trend that you usually don't see.
Interesting strategy. Let's see how it works out for him.
Hope it pays off for him, Brian.
We have Numchuck with the star for Philly and Defunk for Mohawk Valley. So, Numchuck gets pushed out. That was number 1013 El Majestic. And Numchuck through first lead jammer Philly.
So 2 lead jammer statuses in a row. Just coming out of the box.
Defunk has the star in the hand. Maybe looking to pass to the pivot, who it looks like he did. And everybody just falls down.
Yeah, just running over a switch on the floor.
There's a pretzel of people.
Pretzel people eater.
Something
points.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
3 points picked up by Philly, now 39-26. It's all multiples of 13 out there. 8:45 remaining in the first half. The winner will go on to face Austin in our 5 o'clock game. So Philly potentially looking at playing 3 games today.
Yeah, don't envy that at all.
No, but hey, that city's got a heart of a champion. So they're hoping to draw on that power to maybe get some magic and do it.
This is a power jam, so a cut track penalty on House Tar. So Jukahar's the only jammer of record right now.
He's inside that pack looking for room, 2 to beat, and that is lead jammer. That was not easy.
That's the first jammer penalty for Mohawk Valley.
And so our first power jam in favor of Philly. Duke of Hearts coming back into that pack, moving to the inside. Now the outside. There is B Shears and D Shears and E Shears and every other letter of Shears.
Either way, everybody's getting cut.
Yeah. Like Timmy Twitch, he's going to the penalty box for a multiplayer. And Soulless Samurai as well. So jam gets called, 1 point picked up, or sorry, 2 points picked up, 39-28, 7.5, just over 7.5 remaining in the first half.
Soulless Samurai coming off the track, showcasing the coach asking for a possible official review. Either way, they feel passionately about something that had been called or not called or something of that sort in turn number 3.
Looks like Soulless Samurai has been released from the box, so maybe they don't even need the official review. Maybe it was just kind of realized. And it looks like Mohawk Valley is taking a timeout to stop the clock.
Oh, smart.
That's usually what happens with a timeout.
Yeah.
Usually. Sometimes, you know. Sometimes other things happen. I don't know what those other things could possibly be.
You're supposed to know. Yeah, so the clock will stop at 7 minutes, 19 seconds. We have 39-28, 11-point game in favor of the Quad Fathers.
I'm going to guess that M. Honcho 47 is Mike Honcho. Just guessing. Wild guess here. My friend from Pittsburgh, or not, plays for Pittsburgh, lives in Maryland. Why? Who knows? He likes driving.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Likes driving. Thanks for joining us, Honcho. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'll see you like next week again or something. Or actually, I will see him in 2 weeks because we're going to the Derby Q in Philly.
Oh, the Derby Q. I have seen some people having questions about it. It is a little fun time.
Very
Excellent
fun.
of derbies.
Yeah, it's a bank track scrimmage and they do a big barbecue after. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, it's a great time. I've gone to the last 2. This will be my 3rd, and it's, you know, I love bank track too. It's so rare to get to see that these days. So,
oh yeah.
And Philadelphia and Penn Jersey has one in their warehouse, so it's great. Anyways, it is going to be Pulio and Uncle Dad. I'm sure Pulio might be there. He's been there a couple times.
Yeah.
So both jammers out there. It looks like we have a couple blockers in the box, one for each team.
Yep.
So 3-3 pack, and Pulio finds room to the inside, gets past Betty Switch, lead jammer Mohawk Valley.
Never count out the home team. They do have that advantage. They have that home court as well as all the fans in their corner right now. Julio now trying to get this back wall started. Swivels around, is able to bridge out into the second straightaway.
Says, oh, hey, Uncle Dad, what are you doing there? Calls it off. 4 points.
He's like,
Mohawk
you're not
Valley.
my dad. You're not my uncle.
You're not even on my team.
You're not even. No, you're done.
You're just the other jammer. So calls it off.
Bye.
Poblex and Numchuck will have the stars for their respective teams. It looks like Fuerza Brutal, the only blocker. I'm sorry, there are 2 blockers in the box for Mohawk Valley, so 4-2 pack advantage in favor of Philly. Numchuck was again, I believe we mentioned, a transfer over the offseason from New York Shock Exchange.
Nice Philly wall in the back here. That lane number 1 getting broken up a little bit by Poblex.
Timmy Twitch brings the mop to lane 1 and tries to clean up, but no, it's not happening just yet.
He needs a bucket.
Nope, you need the bucket. And now still trying to push Poblex. Schuler with a nice hit there, pushing outside, not far enough. Soulless Samurai and D-Morg. We basically got 3 guys with red hair out there for Philly and Schuler.
Poblex, a really strong jammer, able to take a lot of hits and stay in bounds. So kudos to Poblex. Both jammers still not out of the pack and almost 60 seconds off the clock. No lead declared.
Yeah, Numchuck getting sent back. That is number 1, 0-3 again. El Majestic with a great block. A majestic block, if you will.
Oh, it's the Majestic.
And hey, why not jump your way out of the pack? Poblex, lead jammer.
Pack just hanging out in turn number 2. Both teams jostling for that front wall. Mohawk Valley content to take a little bit more of that back wall. We're going to high block call here on Poblex. We have it is being called for an injury, but the injury has been picked up.
Soulless Samurai is able to skate off the track on his own, but does look like he's in some pain. Looks like he may have got hit in the face.
Yeah, he'll be heading to the medics for a second.
You know, if I can make it a suggestion, face shields. If you're not over like 5'11", wear a face mask, please. Wheelie Rider, I'm talking to you.
Oh, snaps.
He's not even here.
Who is he? Who is this guy?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
So it looks like we have, well, I don't see an official review. I see a half official. Okay, there we go. There's the official review. It was like it was a C, which I don't know what that would stand for in roller derby when you're standing in the middle of the track. Caution, there you go, caution. Caution, but no, it's an official review. Caution, there is an official review.
Caution, official review.
Caution, official review. Caution, official review.
Jezebel asking, what did she miss?
Everything. You missed everything.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my
2-7
Millions
lead changes.
of points. They had to restart the game.
Oh, my goodness. Just kidding. Right now we're asking for, there is an official review being requested by the Hooligans. There was a little bit of a huge check to Soulless Samurai.
We're going to see here that on the replay.
Yeah.
You can see that hit from Poblex, just shoulder, and that's what drew the penalty as well.
Here he comes into that turn.
And boom, right in the face.
Yeah, and leading with the arm there. So that's something they might take a look at.
Hey, if you're going to shoulder someone, go for the chest area.
Yeah.
Go for the arms. Don't go for the face. Because that's going to send you in the box and potentially lead to an additional penalty or worse. Or worse, safety for safety reasons.
So we are going to get some more information on that official review. If you're loving that replay action, which I totally think the sport needs a lot more often,
yes.
Please subscribe to Nerd Derby on twitch.tv and also, spread the love there. It's a great operation here. I'm going to find out what the official review is for. All right, so finding out a little bit more information courtesy of Rich Mahogany, the Mohawk Valley was, the Hooligans were asking for a high block call on Poblex, and we're asking for that high block to be upgraded to an expulsion. Egregious, and they will not be getting that call. It'll be a normal penalty.
I mean, it's tough to judge those just based on, you don't really, unless you're in the skater's head, you don't know the intent. And sometimes you just come in the pack a little and the skater moves in a way you didn't anticipate, and it happens. And I'm guessing that's what the refs saw, and that's what they're going to go
And plus, we're the spoiled ones. Everybody on the stream watching the replays.
We get to have our own opinions.
The officials don't have that. So
yeah, exactly. They have to go with what they see and how they judge it. So Lead Jammer is going to go to Uncle Dad, and it's certainly that's why we're sitting here, because we don't want to make those decisions. We leave that to them.
We leave the stripy pants and stuff to them.
We'll just be the talky people.
Yep.
So it is Uncle Dad with the lead. Power Jam comes to a close, but Poblex has the star in hand. In case you're wondering, hey, where's that other jammer? Uncle Dad on turn 3 into 4. Poblex passes him up. Uncle Dad just going to call it off.
That was the first power start for the Hooligans, so capitalizing on that was important for Uncle Dad. Uncle Dad puts up 3, moves their score, scooches it up to 31-43 for the Quad Fathers, and we are at 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the first half.
It's going to be Defunk and Cilantro.
Spicy.
On the jam line.
You do sound effects. It's just automatic. I have to do one.
I know. So. It's contagious. Sorry, everybody at home's like, what was that sound? Sorry, my bad.
We have a soundboard here.
Oh, we totally have a sound effects board, like Owen Wilson going, wow, 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 and wow. It's Defunk with the lead for Mohawk Valley. Again, Mohawk Valley in white, Philadelphia in black. Cilantro has the star in his hand. He has not passed it yet. He did kind of do a pump juke fake thing like Tom Brady. He is a Patriots fan.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, he is originally from Boston, so
he's from Boston.
That's okay.
That's great. Defunk putting up 4 points, and the pack starts to spread thin as it enters the second straightaway. Huge hit there. Actually, more like a fall down between Cilantro and. El Majestic,
Cilantro gets a no pass, no penalty there, but he wasn't lead anyway, and the star was in his hand, so it didn't really matter. No points, Philly, 8 for Mohawk Valley on the jam. Now 51-31, 2:20 remaining in the half.
20-point game. Again, the winner will go on to face either. Oh, they will be facing Austin today at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so Housestar and Duke of Hearts will have the stars. Duke of Hearts, a member of Team Middle East, who I believe are hoping to make their debut next year at the World Cup. I'm not sure if they are confirmed or if they are trying. I'm not sure. I haven't received a list of who all is in yet. but I do know they're attempting, and he will be lead jammer for the Hooligans.
I thought you knew all the secrets, champ.
I don't, but that's not really a secret. They have a Facebook page, so it's kind of public knowledge at that point. So that's the end of the jam. It'll be 4 points for Philadelphia before Juke of Hearts calls it off. 4-0. And now 51-35.
Someone asking what the head ref for this game is, and that'll be doesn't matter, and the head NSO. This will be painful for this crew.
Yes. That is, the name is actually doesn't matter.
Yeah, Matt.
Like, we're not saying that doesn't matter who it is. We're saying that's the name. So just to be clear.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, Honcho, you gotta type it in all caps or else he can't hear you cheering.
Yeah.
Pulio is the jammer for Mohawk Valley, and Uncle Dad for Philadelphia. Uncle Dad at the front of the pack. And I believe he might have gotten a forearm. No, it doesn't look like he got the forearm. I think the forearm was on a blocker. One to beat. It's B. Nope. Yes, lead. He's your uncle, he's your dad, and he's your lead jammer.
That's my dad. That's my uncle. 2 different comments in the chatterbox, and it is correct.
Uncle, dad, lead, jammer.
Oh, sorry, echo in here, or just amazing? All right.
Something like that.
Pack advantage now for the Hooligans, and the pack is starting to get very slow in turn 2. We're getting a forearm penalty called here.
That was El Majestic, I believe. Yes, El Majestic.
Mm-hmm.
B. Shears with a nice hit on Uncle Dad, slowing him down. He's the last blocker to beat. Unwired with a hit on Betty Switch, trying to open up a hole for their jammer. B. Shears, Uncle Dad looks a little tired there.
A little bit. Had a rough game this morning.
Like a dad who took the kids to beach day.
Yep. Little sunburnt.
Little sunburnt. Dad needs a nap. And hey, it's halftime. Perfect time for one.
Oh, yeah. Chad putting in the chat box a link for you to check out who is the official rating crews. We are at the halftime point. We do have an official review requested by the Quad Fathers.
But before we go there, let's talk about Sociopath. It's New England Roller Derby Reports production sponsor. They pay for the van that Chad sleeps in. And it's not down by a river. It's well, actually, are there rivers near here? I don't know. I'll map it at some point. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn to order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armbands and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. I think we're going to stay with you until the end of the official review because our officiating crew and our producers this weekend have done a great job of providing that information. They've taken the care and the time to show it, and we hope everyone in roller derby does that for their announcers, so the fans, whether at home or in the house, know exactly what's going on.
Give them what they want.
Tell the people what's going on. And roller derby makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but a little.
Oh,
anything helps. How did the 9 and 11 games turn out? Well, maybe you'll have to go back and watch. I'm just kidding.
Burn.
No. Maybe if you don't have a life like us, you could be watching them.
Well, game 9 will be at 1, and that'll be Mohawk Valley versus the Hooligans. Well, that's this one right now.
Yes. So the first game was Philadelphia over Toronto. It was a close game, and then the second game was Race City over Lane County. So Race City moves on to play Denver next in our 3 p.m. game. Winner of this goes on to the 5 p.m. game against Austin. And then the winner, which one goes up against Chicago? And then, the winner of our next game, Denver Race City, will go to face Chicago. And the winner of that game as well gets the other qualifier for champs. So remember, 2 teams qualify. It's a double elimination tournament. The only two teams who've been eliminated so far are Lane County and Toronto. Toronto getting eliminated first game this morning, Lane County in the second. But both, that Toronto-Philadelphia game, that was really that was a tough game for both teams.
All right, I think we are actually going to go to halftime now. We will get you some more of those sponsors being played, and then we'll come back and let you know a little bit more information. I'm Chloroform Cupcake, joined with Champ Unkind and Rich Mahogany, as well as Chad. Tune in about 14 minutes.
Something like that. Bye. And we're back here for the second half of our third game of the day, the second day of Mohawk Valley, in Mohawk Valley, in Rome, New York, of the MRDA North American Qualifier 2019. Champ Kind Chloroform Cupcake. And Cakes, we had an official review right before at the half.
At the half.
What was it for, and what was the outcome?
It was for the double-handed fall on the ground in the infield for Quad Fathers Jammer, but that's what the Quad Fathers were thinking happened to the Hooligans Jammer, but the Hooligans Jammer it was only observed one hand went into the infield. So the official review will not be obtained. Nothing will happen call-wise, and we're going to go into this half fresh.
Yes, so it looks like the box will be no, there's one in the box, excuse me, one in the box to start for Mohawk Valley, and nobody in the box for Philadelphia. I'm sorry, two in the box for Mohawk Valley, so 4-2 back advantage in favor of Philadelphia. Numbers are hard, math is hard, and there's a whole pack in my way. I can't. Mohawk Valley's pack is in the front and Philly's in the back.
Skaters, we need to see some things.
Excuse me, could you be invisible for like 5 seconds?
Thank you for joining us, too, on the twitch.tv/Nerd Derby. You can join twitch.tv and be part of our chat room, ask us questions, and we'll get some more information for you. Right now, what's happening on the track there, Champ?
That would be lead jammer going to number 5. That would be Publix. Uncle Dad right there, though, actually lapping him up. Now Uncle Dad getting some room. I don't know if that was kind of an Apex one-legged thing.
There's the flamingo.
Yeah, one Apex flamingo. There we go. That's a very, very accurate description. 4 points, Uncle Dad, for Philly to start off, even though he is not lead jammer. Publix sees Uncle Dad come back, and 2 points for Uncle Dad there on that second pass, and 3 for Publix. Doesn't get that last one. So now 54-45, 9-point differential between the two teams after a 6-3 jam. Just about 29 minutes remaining in this game. Remember, the winner goes on to face Austin, who Philadelphia lost to in the first game of the tournament, who then Austin went on to beat the number 1 seed, Denver. So it kind of wasn't planned that way when you look at the seeding, but this is the way it might work out. Still very close and with plenty of time left. It's Defunk and Numchuck.
Both teams at full strength right now. These nice defensive walls. We were talking all about it in the first half.
We saw you talking about it in the chat, too, how much a defensive game this is. And it is Numchuck through first, lead jammer Hooligans.
And the wall for Mohawk Valley was originally just kind of blowing up the pack a little bit. Now they congeal at that back wall in turn number 2 to accept Numchuck on a scoring run.
And with Numchuck, they kind of all reformed. Then Schuler was like, nope, and jumped in there and broke it up a little. They are doing some effective 3-wall blocking there on Numchuck, now going on the straightaway heading into turn 3. He is really dragging that pack as far as the pack can go, and will get 4 points for the Hooligans. We've got a 5-point game.
Oh, yeah. Added to that box there, that's the pivot for
El Majestic.
Yeah, for Mohawk Valley. Pack just hanging out now in the second straightaway. Numchuck tired. We're going to call that one off.
2 more points for the Hooligans, and we have a 3-point game, 54-51. It just wouldn't be the Hooligans if it was not a close game.
Yeah, and this was going to be a tough one. The Hooligans or Mohawk Valley will face Austin, and Austin is a very charging type team. And they will try to wear you out before they implement any other strategy, I would say. So that'll be just an interesting overall game.
So now we've got House Star and Juke of Hearts. House Star at the front of the pack, and Mohawk Valley has the lead jammer. As Juke of Hearts in the pack looking for room. Good blocking there by Oxenfree, and now he's Ollie Oxenfree. That would be Juke of Hearts.
Juke of Hearts, a fantastic jammer to watch, but not heavy in rotation.
No. They've last game they really stuck to Grasso and Uncle Dad. And as we mentioned, Grasso suffered an injury. It's a confirmed broken nose.
Oh, my goodness.
At the end of the last game. So, he wasn't wearing his face shield, and I think he learned his lesson from that.
Yeah.
So, wear your face shields if you need to.
Well, speaking of face
Especially
shields.
If you're a physical player, yeah.
In Chicago, we had a hit to the face on Shenanigans, and he has a face shield, and unfortunately that face shield hit and punctured the top of his bridge of his nose. So
okay, so get a good face shield.
Get a good face shield.
Face shield. I don't know what that one was, but get one that doesn't do that.
Just get a whole a whole bike
just
mask.
a Darth Vader helmet.
In fact, just get a bubble wrap like Bubble Boy.
Not even Darth Vader. Let's go Lord Helmet from Spaceballs. That's about the safest you can go. And it is Julio going through first, lead jammer for Mohawk Valley. Uncle Dad gets pushed to the inside by El Majestic.
Pack scrambling in that second straightaway there, champ.
Yes, now going reverse thanks to a Timmy Twitch hit on Julio. And those two, I can tell you, are friends. So they're going to talk about that one later. There's Schuler with the hit with assistant from Benito. Neato.
Yeah, that is so
neato. Uncle Dad going up against B Shears and and El Majestic, at the front of the pack, as well as that was number 16-18 Rufo. No E, O.
Yeah, stop it. You're confusing me.
I'm trying to differentiate between the Peter Pan cheer and his actual name.
I like it. A Destroyer saying, I'm loving the Julio and Funk jamming. It is a good one.
Julio jamming. I mean, if you're here, you'd be doing the cheer.
Oh, yeah. You totally would.
Do it. And I know that there's a bunch of blue streaks flying, so hello, everybody from Pittsburgh. Shout out to you. Oh, as Cilantro takes a hit from D. Shears. Just like his brother, he loves doing that hit. Now Deb Crush working on, but there is a track cut on Poblex, and it's going to be a a power jam for Philadelphia, as Cilantro just can't stay in bounds. All these blockers, I see Oxenfree and Deb Crush and D. Shears and Fuerza Brutal at the front of the pack. Yes, that was the D. Shears hit, yes.
Yes.
A Sola Samurai, this D-Morg will head to the penalty box. As now it is Cilantro finally getting through for lead jammer, 40 seconds off the clock, and Poblex already standing. Looks like Poblex taking off the star in the penalty box, so he might try to pass it on the inbound. Big hit there that's D. Shears. I believe the more he hits, it's like a charge up.
Yeah.
Of like a warrior in World of Warcraft. He gets that rage and he's going to unleash one big hit on you at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Cilantro will pick up his 4 and call it off.
A huge hit, as you were discussing earlier, by B. Shears. Fantastic job overall. That was a 0-4 jam in favor of the Hooligans. The score now 62-55, and we have 23 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this contest.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's Nitro who's using the Pittsburgh hashtags. Yes, and Team Ginger, yes. There is that whole Team Ginger on the Hooligans, and Timmy Twitch doesn't have a beard, so that's like how I always know it's him, because he's the one, the Ginger without the beard. Lead jammer, that is number 202, Da Funk for Mohawk Valley. Numchuck for Philadelphia on the toe stops right into D. Shears. I'm sorry, B. Shears. It's a Shears.
Either way, it's very sharp.
High block on Numchuck. Going to send him to the penalty box as D. Shears is now out of the box. The other Shears.
Yeah, we're going to get another switcheroo from the jammers as a track cut is given to Defunk. So Numchuck will be released from the box. A small power jam situation for the Hooligans.
Yeah, it will be pretty quick there.
Yeah.
Who knows if Chuckles will even be able to get through just because he's not enough time. No, he won't. Defunct's out of the box.
Yep, and just like that.
Chuckles on the outside, now move to the inside. Tiptoes, not able to stay in bounds. And one skater again. D. Shears does get up. I think his glasses.
His glasses.
Just want to make sure he could, see. But wow, nice recovery with a big hit on Numchuck as Defunk picks up 4 points, now heading back into the pack, looking for room at the front. Numchuck with a 3-wall in front of him. Defunk now taking the position, going up against, I believe it's Betty Switch and Schuler.
This is the first time that the lead has been lost due to a penalty for a jam penalty this game.
Benito acting as the bridge, but the bridge is out. It's 4 points.
It's out. Get me out. 4 points on the board.
For Defunk. And the Quad Fathers.
And now the Quad Fathers now extending their lead. They had it really, really close to Philly. But we're going to get another penalty there.
Yeah, it's going to be a forearm, so it's going to be power start for the Hooligans.
Oh, yeah.
Although 2 more points were picked up, so a 10-point jam, 72-55 in favor of the home team, the host league, Mohawk Valley. Uncle Dad will be the lone star out there, and he's not from Texas. In fact, he's Canadian. That's not a joke. That's true.
Why would that be a joke?
Well, he is, I don't know, because Lone Star, Texas. Canada is not a joke.
Canada is like our big brother right now.
Canada is a great country.
Right there.
It's a fun place.
Yeah?
I have a lot of family up there.
So
they're not listening, but I have a lot of family up there.
Lots of the World of Warcraft talk in the chat room. I know that you are really missing out here now.
It's going to happen in, what is it, 9 days now? We know this MRDA guild is going to happen. We're going to start it.
If not, remember, a LARP group
we have
start.
To go in. We're going to be Horde, and we have to go to Orgrimmar and start talking about derby gear. And when people start mentioning other stuff, we just have to switch it to like plates and wheels and all that stuff. And when they're talking about their weapons, we'd be like, well, I got some new radars or something. I don't know,
right.
whatever the hot wheel is these days. Yeah. I'm an announcer. I don't know gear very well. I'm like the worst. It's like whatever sponsor I can for whatever time I can think of.
Speaking of sponsors, thank you 808 Roller Skates for being here in the venue as well as the Snack Shack. But Mohawk Valley, thank you for being a fantastic host and putting together a nice volunteer rooms. Just wonderful.
Yes. Uncle Dad will be the lone jammer. They're starting on the pivot line. Full complementary of blockers for both teams. Uncle Dad to the inside, lead jammer, Philadelphia.
Mohawk Valley trying to take that front wall and just being outrun by Uncle Dad.
Uncle Dad into the pack. And B. Shears with a hit. Only picks up 2 before calling it off. Defunk is standing up in the box, so it will be still a power start, but a short power start as less than 10 seconds will remain on that penalty clock. 72-57, 15 points separating these two teams as we're about to hit that 20-minute mark.
All right. Make sure you're joining us on the chat room. So much fun to be had here. You can talk Derby or you can talk World of Warcraft, what guild you're going to be on, or if you're going to be on Team LARP. I don't mind.
I'm thinking I'm going to make a Shadow Priest.
Do it. Join us on twitch.tv/Nerd Derby.
And it's a track cut on Juke of Hearts going to the penalty box. So Power Jam now in favor of, Defunk, who's back out there and has lead.
Defunct,
just going to call it off.
Yeah, looking at the bench and thinking, you know what, why don't we call it here, and then we can have another power start into the next jam. So that'll be a 0-0 jam.
And then now House Star will have the star. He'll get lead, and he'll call it off so the next jammer can get a lead, and then the next jammer will. And Duke of Hearts is just going to be sitting there like, can I play?
Nope, not today.
No, that's not the strategy. That'd be a bad strategy. No. Team actually wants to win. You can't ice it like that.
Also, speaking of the social media, make sure you're following MRDA_live on Instagram. There was a ghost player there taking out Stever in turn 4. Just kidding.
Wow, there's way more World of Warcraft chat in the chat group than there is a Derby chat at the moment.
Yeah, and someone's bringing up Neverwinter Nights.
My bad.
Nerd alert over here.
Well, they are listening on Nerd Derby, so it is quite appropriate. Nerdy and Derby, so there we go. And lead jammer will go to House Star. Duke of Hearts still in the penalty box for the Hooligans. House Star approaching the pack, doing a little shimmy now, back into the pack. Going straight up into Timmy Twitch, who's anchoring the pack now. You got Benito and General Sofine as Duke of Hearts escapes the box, or is released from the box. He didn't really escape. I mean, he'd have to kind of sneak out of there.
Yeah.
But no, he legally left.
Yes.
It is House Star with 4 points. Mohawk Valley as Duke of Hearts completes his initial pass. House Star calls it off after picking up 2.
It's a 6-0 jam in favor of the Quad Fathers. Score now 78-57. We are under 20 minutes remaining now in this game.
Julio will put on the star. And looks like Uncle Dad for the Hooligans. I think I'm going to make my character's name Uncle Dad just why not.
I'm going to be Nerd Alert.
Pitbull Dozer, a man who does not even have Facebook, is talking about Diablo. You're in the, again, Dozer. Sorry, buddy. Not in the same chat, buddy. Sorry.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride on nerdiness.
So he has Twitch, but he doesn't have Facebook? Okay, dude.
In a league of his own, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It is lead jammer going to Uncle Dad. Julio going up against Betty Switch.
Betty Switch's goals as far as like just being a switch hitter, defensively, offensively.
Uncle Dad just gonna, I don't know what he's doing. Is he calling? No, he's not. Okay, maybe he's just trying to fly. Either way, both jammers through the pack. 4 points, everybody. Uncle Dad going up into that wall against Oxenfree, Fuerza Brutal, and Stever. 2 more points picked up by Mohawk Valley. And 2 more for Valley, so 6-6.
Yeah, Stever picking up a low block call on the very end there. So 1 in the box for Mohawk Valley. Pack advantage, Hooligans.
New Poblex and Cilantro, the next jammers. Like you said, there's the 1 blocker in the box for both teams. Although Soulless Samurai is standing, so he should be rejoining the Philadelphia pack shortly. Cilantro to the end, unable. And it was a no pass, no penalty, so he is out, but he is not lead jammer.
Let's see if the Hooligans can hold back Poblex just enough to get the lead jammer position.
Silly with a back block. And it's 2. I think I saw 2.
And that was interesting because the bench for Mohawk Valley asking Poblex to call off the jam. And had Poblex called off the jam, they would have had a power start situation.
And now they're releasing Cilantro, who does the spin move, falls down, and says, I didn't need to do that right now, coming out of the penalty box. And there he goes, 4 points through. And I think that spin move was to fake them out before even getting on the track. Either way, 4 points Cilantro. Poblex calls it off.
Wow. That was a good one.
A lot of things happened in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Nancy Kicks asks, saying, no jammer penalty. Yeah.
I think this is all one giant jammer penalty.
Yeah,
it's contagious. It's just switching jammer to jammer every single time.
Yeah.
No. Nitro, we're not talking about that game either. I mean, we're either talking about Derby or we're talking about our World of Warcraft server that we're going to ruin.
Get on our level, man.
We are going to ruin it.
Yeah, 8-4 jam in favor of the Quad Fathers. The score now ticking up even higher. The Quad Fathers maintaining that lead 92-67. 15 minutes and 17 seconds remain in this contest as the Hooligans take a team timeout.
Honcho, how did you not know that was Nitro? I mean, dude, I'm not even his teammate, and I figured that one out. Come on. Figure it out. Your spare parts there, bud.
Dang.
He wanted the Letterkenny reference. He got it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Hopefully you're keeping track on that. Also, if you want to keep up on the track scores, make sure you check out the MRDA on Facebook or as well as Twitter. You can find MRDA Live or MRDA News for Twitter. Either way, you can see some informations.
It looks like it'll be Numchuck and Defunk. That'll be the jammers. When we get back, which should be momentarily. That was a Hooligans timeout. 92-67, 15-17 remaining in the game and potentially in the season for one of these two teams. Unless, they have a game later, which they can because there's technically no off season. You can play a game whenever you want.
Right.
Or is in the words of our good friend Chris Schramp, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's a really good impression, actually.
Yeah. I did that at Summer Affair. We were on a game together, and I could do it for about 5 seconds before I start coughing, and I don't know how that guy talks like that with a regular voice. So,
what's happening there trackside there?
There was a star pass to Deb Crush. Numchuck is going to pick up his 4 points and call it off.
Yeah, Deb Crush putting on the star for Mohawk Valley and is a threat. So Hooligans going to shut that down.
I've seen Deb Crush jam many times, and I mean she's like a tank. She can just like roll in and take so many hits, and I love watching her jam. So hopefully they give her the star once or twice because it's always so much fun to just watch her jam.
Johnny Pepper says, "Howdy from the deep heart of Texas to everyone in Derby World."
And it looks like we are not going to have a pivot for the Hooligans because it was not in time as Benito accidentally knocks down one of his blockers. And Hausar is lead jammer. Uncle Dad over the apex through the pack.
Over the woods and through the trees? I don't know.
Well, that wasn't a grandmother's house we were going. I can tell you that much.
It's the Quadfather's house?
Someone's house. Hausar's house.
Hausar's house.
Oh,
that makes sense. I like it.
Hausar house.
Hausar's house. That was the first jam in the last, actually 2 jams ago, that was the first time that Mohawk Valley has used the Star Pass, and it's very menacing. So good call. Hooligans calling it off, but then the Quadfathers rebounding here, putting it up 4 with lead jammer position and shutting out the Hooligans. 13:30 on the game clock.
Yes, and it's going to be Juke of Hearts and Julio jamming. Nobody currently in that penalty box. Currently. Julio moving inside, hopping around, now moving outside. Juke of Hearts taking a hit by D-Shears. And D-Shears is going to go to the penalty box for that. And Juke of Hearts is through. Lead jammer, Philadelphia. Find themselves down by 25, but remember they were down to about a little bit less than that to Toronto in their first game. And then Uncle Dad had a 24-point jam and flipped the score.
Yeah, a huge scramble here. Hooligans trying to take that front partition of the pack, and there is a recycle on both ends here.
Deb Crush with that block on Juke of Hearts, sending him back into turn 3. Now just cannot land in bounds. Thanks to a good hit by Fuerza Brutal. Oh, and Juke of Hearts unable to land it again. He just, he keeps trying to hit that inside line, and it's just not working. So he's going to call it off, pick up his 4, go back to the bench, give someone else a shot. Now 96-75. Under 12.5 remaining. Once again, the winner goes on to face Austin at 5, and the winner of our next game of Denver versus Ray City will go on to face Chicago. Neither one of those I would consider prizes. But they want it for some reason, so probably why they're playing and I'm not.
I hear they up.
Yes, it is Poblux and it is Numchuck with the stars. Numchuck with some defensive jamming. Pushes him out, now going to be stuck behind that Philadelphia pack. 2 of the ginger blockers out there. That would be Sola Samurai and D-Morg with the help of Benito.
Benito, fantastic blocker this entire game.
El Majestic with a good block on Numchuck, sending him back just about to the jam line. And it is going to be Poblux, lead jammer.
Ooh, Spirit Fingers in turn 3 from Poblux.
No, you sure it wasn't Jazz Hands?
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I will get the official review on that.
Official review for Jazz Hands or Spirit Fingers.
Oh, yeah.
It is 4 points, Poblux. First 4 of the jam, and now they've hit the century mark. Again, this is a very defensive game we're seeing here.
Oh, yeah.
Poblux through the pack, another 4-8 now on the jam.
Yeah, the pack's starting to pick up a ton of speed as it's on another rotation. And this is reminiscent of the first half when it became a race.
Yes. 4 more, now to 12. Numchuck still looking for some room here.
Poor Numchuck.
Crash Kramer wearing that stripe, and he's attempting to pass it. Crash does have it. And Kramer looking for room. Like it's about to bust into Jerry Seinfeld's apartment or something.
It is a very accurate description of what we're seeing here on the track.
If you know Kramer, that's his personality too. Like he lives up to it. So is this the Blue Streaks chat room? I mean,
I feel like it is.
Tots in here.
So yeah, that was a fantastic run by Mohawk Valley, but the Hooligans putting on the pressure right there at the very end. That is a 20-point jam in favor of the Quadfathers. They are starting to run away with it now. 116-75, 10 minutes remaining.
I'd like to test something in here.
Yeah.
If you were at Wheels of Steel this year, type 9. Just type the number 9. let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll give them a time.
Because I'm pretty sure that's everybody. It is Da Funk and Da Uncle Dad. Who are the jammers? There are currently no blockers in the penalty. No, never mind. That's Betty Switch going in the penalty box. It is Uncle Dad, lead jammer for the Hooligans. Da Funk out of the pack.
Yeah, if you're wondering about the score, it looks like both sides are very reminiscent of the first half, but it is the Quad Fathers that have started leveling up. They had 51 in the first half, and now they're at 65 points in the second half. So they're doing even better offensively here.
Patty, type 9. I know you were there.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. So a bunch of wheel steel nerds as well in here.
Yeah. So it's going to be Cilantro and Haussar with the stars, but we're going to have a stoppage of the clock for official reasons. It's an official timeout. Officially. 8:52 remaining. 116-79 is the score. Oh, yeah, it is an official timeout.
All right. Yeah, the stars were ready to line up, and the stripes called off the jam time. We are at 8:52. You had just mentioned that there, champ. Make sure you subscribe to twitch.tv. Coming up next, immediately after this game, we will have Denver taking on Race City.
Absolutely. So, referees are discussing referee things, and 808 Roller Skates is here. They're pretty cool. You can get skates from them. They travel around all over Pennsylvania and New York and New Jersey, and wherever Jinx's cars will take them.
Yeah.
And the skates and stuff.
And that.
And the shop. Also owns a brewery, Apex Brewery. Or is an owner.
Oh, just now you're just
not
showing off.
I think it's a partnership. So there we go. Cilantro and Haussar. Haussar through lead jammer very quickly and thanking his fan section, which I think consists of like 2 people in turn 2.
Wow.
Cilantro out of the pack. 4 points picked up by Haussar. He looks like he's either confused, scared, or going to call it off. It's option number 3.
The crowd is absolutely having a blast here now.
Yeah, they are here at the John F. Kennedy Arena.
I'm really digging the shirts that Toronto had brought. It says sorry, not sorry, and then the word not is crossed out.
Because they're Canadian.
Because they're Canadian. So they're sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Love him. Love that.
Sorry, it's Uncle Dad.
Uncle Dad.
He's got a big Canada on his helmet.
Yeah.
So it's either from Canada or I don't know if that's a brand. I don't know. Either, again, don't know really gear or equipment that well. Just want to mess with the people in World of Warcraft like that. Julio is the jammer for Mohawk Valley, pushing into that Philadelphia 3-wall. Schuler is playing offense for the Hooligans, doing the offensive blocking. As Betty Switch heads back to the penalty box for Philadelphia. Looks like Uncle Dad a little slow to get up, but he is okay as Fuerza Brutal now heads to the penalty box. So 1 for each.
The pack is super thinned out as it goes from behind turn 2 all the way into the second straightaway. Uncle Dad has finally declared lead, and we have our second star pass for Mohawk Valley.
That is unwired.
Unwired.
As Uncle Dad now in the pack. You can tell he's had a little bit of a long day. He sees B. Shears and passes it up. Unwired, picks up 4 points, sneaking past Uncle Dad for 4. 3 points for the Hooligans. So I think it's going to be 4-3 on the jam. And looks like Philadelphia is going to use their official timeout. Or, I'm sorry, official review. And I'm guessing it's the challenge, maybe the points, or I don't know, but we'll find out because our referee crew here and our producers have done a great job of getting us that information.
Yeah.
You now hear I don't know if you can hear it, but the Philadelphia cheering section, which is always in turn 2 with the unicorn, is cheering for their coach, Shebra. I'm surprised Rhea's not commenting and watching.
I have some commentary in the chat box there. Philly looking defeated. I think Philly just came swinging for the fences.
And they just played a game and got multiple players hurt in that game. So I wouldn't say defeated as shorthanded because they're playing in a tournament, and that happens in a tournament when you're tough and playing against playoff teams.
Yeah.
It's not like you're playing against, teams ranked 10, 20 spots below you.
Right.
You're playing against the teams that are probably the most evenly matched up against you, so it's going to be that much harder, or maybe a little bit ahead of you, so it's going to be just that much harder. And when you're going to a game that you've already skated one today, you're short several skaters because a couple of them got injured. You just played a very difficult and emotional game against, both physically and emotionally tough game against Toronto, a Toronto team that really wanted to win as well. So, you're it's not defeated. I would not say they looked defeated. I would say they looked
deflated.
Tired. Maybe deflated because, you got a little less air. The energy's a little deflated. But, I mean, you're human. Hopefully nobody's taken anything that could hurt themselves to do that. Just drink a Monster, but that only can go so far.
Yeah, so the score differential has got quite a huge gap there compared to last half. We're going to go ahead and get started, though.
Yes.
Hooligans are going to retain their review.
So it looks like they're going to win.
And I'll get the information.
And it is Uncle Dad and Publix, our jammers. What happened?
So they were looking for a failure to reform on number 33 Unwired, and that was granted. So they will retain their official review, and Unwired will head to that penalty box. Think about his choices for 30 seconds. All right. Publix getting a little bit of a check to the face, just recycling and starting fresh.
Yeah, Uncle Dad is lead for this jam.
Unwired is out of the box now. Both teams at full strength.
The box has no wires.
Nope.
It is completely wireless.
Are you saying it's unwired?
Sure. Publix looking for him, getting low to the outside, and somehow also has lead jammer.
I almost thought that Publix had already been through once, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, Timmy Twitch with a big hit. Yes, those words just came out of my mouth.
Yes. Speaking of Twitch, thank you for joining us on twitch.tv. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh, that's why he's looking so great, because this is his streaming platform.
Oh, yeah.
Named after, of course, Timmy Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah, he did all of this. Chad is just such a big Timmy Twitch fan. That's why.
I like how they're fighting. Uncle, dad. Who put that wet butt there? A little slick on that track there.
Uncle Dad is going to call it off because, yes, he is lead. Confirmed. He is lead. 8-4 on the jam. 92-128. Hooligans are behind. Mohawk Valley remains on top. As we'll head to the next jam, you can see here on the replay the fall, the hit of Timmy Twitch. Sending him all that way. Yeah, there it is right there. And Timmy even looks like I did that. All right, it's going to be Da Funk and Da Duke of Hearts.
Jam is underway. We are under our 5 minutes remaining point in this game.
Duke of Hearts playing very patient there, waiting for room to open up, going up against Oxenfree. But no Ollie here. The gap is closed.
Deb Crush back in play.
Yeah, Deb Crush with a good block there on Duke of Hearts, who was holding his face for a moment. Now Duke of Hearts moving to the outside, gets past D. Shears for his initial pass. But DeFunk and DePack looking for DePoints. And just looking for some, but 4 points picked up by Duke of Hearts. So 4-0 right now on the jam in favor of Philly. 3 points for DeFunk. So 4-3 in favor of Philly on the jam, under 4 minutes remaining.
Wow. Wowzers. They are feeling it. No real huge trends going on the stat side right now. Yeah. Both just pretty evenly matched here now.
Sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. We'll let you decide at home, fans.
Tell us what your feelings are.
All right, so Numchuck is the jammer against House Star. I thought it was the Price is Right losing horn sound. Oh. And it is Numchuck that is lead jammer. And I'm sorry, tried to do some defensive jamming, and it backfired spectacularly. Now approaching the pack. He's in there. Numchuck! Like a weapon. And he's okay. Unfortunately, the Numchuck, it's like me using an actual nunchuck. I just hit myself in the face with it.
That was very scary. You
Yes.
could feel that in the floor. We're going to get an official timeout, actually a team timeout requested by the Hooligans. That'll stop the game at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah. So still kind of close, but
anything could really happen.
I mean, you get 220-0 jams, and yeah, you flip the score. It can happen.
Jammer penalties happen.
Exactly. You know, maybe I don't know, like something happens and they get 40 points into jams, or I mean, it's happened. Yeah. And the thing here is Nancy kicks. I agree, but this track. You can feel all the hits. Anytime they hit the ground, you can just feel this entire floor shake, no matter where you're sitting. So sometimes they feel and sound a lot harder than they might be. But agreed, it's a lot of big hits here this weekend in general.
So that was the most recent 0-0 jam since Jam 6. Was the last time we see doubled zeros. And actually that team timeout is now turning into an official review requested by the Hooligans.
Because they retained it the first time.
So they did.
I mean, you got 250 left, and this might be your last game in playoffs. You might as well use it and see, it honestly can't hurt right now. They still have one timeout left, so they can still stop the clock. So, there's opportunities to, why not? Smart coaching decision.
SMRT.
Yes. So we will tell you what happens when we find out, because we can't until we know what it's for.
Thank you, Burn Dairy, Chobani Yogurts, Fat Boy Pizza, Fat Person Pizza. I think that was one of our sponsors as well. We had our sponsor list perish in a coffee incident of 2019. So going off memory.
The first coffee incident.
The first coffee incident.
And, yeah.
We'll get the official review for you as soon as it becomes available. Medics are becoming busy now with B shears. Just double checking some things. Possible sling being made. It's always tough, though, going into that tournament ending and possibly getting an injury. So all those that fought very hard for this weekend.
We do have a wave going on in the crowd. Unfortunately, it stopped at Toronto. I don't think they do that in Canada. It's not the wave, it's the A.
Well,
yeah, that was bad.
I get it.
I don't think the rate is converting to the metric system, so there's a block in the currency or something.
Yeah. So yeah, just hoping that they're good. Give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and find out the official review. Wowzers, champ. I got the info, the 411.
Tell me.
So they are 2 for 2 for this official review.
They're going to call another one after the next one, probably.
They ended up getting a request on a leaping contact call on the jammer from the Quad Fathers. And it ended up being a correct call. The officials did observe so that'll be issued.
Did you know that they're from Philly and no one likes them? They don't care?
You know what? I do now with the cheer.
Good. It's actually meant to be educational.
Hmm.
Don't say you didn't learn anything today. Thanks. I don't need you to tell me you like the joke. It just happened. So I appreciate it. That's what I appreciate about you.
Rich Mahogany getting some more information on this official review. So the official review from the Hooligans now being changed to the official review for the Quad Fathers. They're trying to, who's going to win? Who will prevail on the official reviews?
And then I'm going to officially review both those official reviews.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah, because why not? Let's make it a 3 for 3.
All right, champ. So actually, the funny story, let me tell you, a funny story. The Quad Fathers actually asking for a leaping contact call as well from the Hooligan Jammer.
I don't think they got it.
They did not because the blocker on the Quadfathers was not established, and therefore no call will stand.
Well, he leaped on me, but he leaped on me, but he leaped on me, but you're a duty head, and you did this,
oh,
and you did
my
that.
goodness.
I don't know. I feel like when you go back and forth like that, it's like school.
Calm down.
Yeah, kids at school just feeling, well, he did this and she did that, and they did this and he did that. So, but whatever.
Right.
The game's almost over. You might as well.
On.
I mean, you're winning. I mean, just you're winning. You're about to move on.
Yeah. Hooligans, though, taking that lead. They want to finish strong, I'm sure. Uncle Dad, the lead jammer for the Hooligans. Publix in that box, serving out that penalty.
Uncle Dad with 4 points on the board. He is lead. Thinking we'll still have at least one more jam after this.
Yeah.
Uncle Dad up the middle into the pack is Fuerza Brutal and Oxenfree. Oxenfree, yes, that is Oxenfree. As well as B Shears. 4 points, Uncle Dad.
Oh, and we have a star pass situation. Deb Crush is the jammer now for Mohawk Valley, a fan favorite.
Yes, and if you're not a fan of Deb Crush's, why? You should be. She's awesome.
Amazing. 1 point picked up by Deb Crush. Excited about that one. Brings the score 132 for the Quadfathers, a 10-point jam for the Hooligans. They are over the century mark now at 1:06. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm.
I see what Jezebel did there. Crush it, Deb. Do-do-do. If you want to support Nerd Derby and their endeavor to keep streaming all of the roller derbies, and you have an Amazon Prime account, make sure you support them at no cost. There is a link that you can click in the chat.
Cilantro, great moves. Moves the upper body to the inside, but keeps the lower body in bounds and is lead jammer for what might potentially be our final jam of the game. It is only a 24-point differential. 26, math is hard, whatever.
You know what?
There's a differential of points.
This is the third lead jammer streak in a row for the Hooligans. This is the longest streak that they've been able to accomplish against the Quadfathers, and I think it's if they had started this trend earlier, this would have been a fantastic run for them.
You know, it's all about momentum, and right now the momentum is in Philly's favor. Unfortunately for the Hooligans, it is a little bit late. Silly does call it off. He picks up 5, so it is 132 to 111. Philly does have 1 timeout left, so they could use it.
Yeah, some of the players coming off the track asking for that timeout from their coach. Coach will not call that timeout.
Well, it looks like they're going to get one more jam in anyway because we are about 5 seconds from it. So it really wouldn't matter.
Right.
You know, because you're still going to have the 1 jam. I mean, it's the period clock's going to expire during it. We appreciate that. You know what?
Yeah.
As that really wouldn't matter, other than maybe strategically or maybe letting your jammer rest for a moment. We appreciate that. But it is Uncle Dad on this final jam. Only 21 points separating these two teams, but House Star picks up lead, and all he's got to do is exactly what he does, call it off, and Mohawk Valley will be meeting Austin in the championship-ish, the qualifier game.
The final
for who
qualifier.
Will be taking a trip to Denver in October. That game will be coming up at 5 p.m. Mohawk Valley with one more game. Philadelphia, that is their second loss, so unfortunately they will be going home. They come in as the 4 seed. They lose to the 5 seed and the 2 seed and beat the 8 seed. So unfortunately Philadelphia does go home. I will be going to their home in a couple weeks to call
snaps.
the Derby Q, where I will see them and we will all hang out and have fun. But congratulations to Mohawk Valley, our most gracious and terrific of hosts for the weekend. Very hard fought. This is, again, 2 teams that know each other, but a great game. You can see great camaraderie between the 2 teams during that game. They were having fun. They were giving high fives and saying congratulations and having a good time. And that's the kind of derby we like to see here in MRDA and at playoffs. So before we go, let's give one more quick shout out to Nerd Derby, New England Roller Derby Reports, fantastic production sponsor, Sociopath, Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom-sewn to-order leg wear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details.
And I've been Chloroform Cupcake, joined with still Champ
Unkind.
Chad with Nerd Derby, as well as Rich Mahogany. Stick around. Coming up next, Denver will be taking on Race City. The winner of that game will be facing Chicago later this evening.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one.
Oh,
all of it. Don't miss any of it.
Stick around.
Have a decent